My favorite food is orange, raspberries, and blackberries. Santa, my favorite snack is Pringles.
Hey, Tuesday Scholars, it looked like you guys had a great time last week. I love to hear about all your favorite snacks and seeing your crafts and all the things that you did. So let's get started with this week and let's get to some music.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to He belong. They are weak, but He is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Won't let Satan it out, I'm gonna let it shine. Won't let Satan it out, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Shine all over Grassy Creek, I'm gonna let it shine. Shine all over Grassy Creek, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 He's got itty bitty babies in his hands. He's got itty bitty babies in his hands. He's got the itty bitty babies in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the mommies and daddies in his hands. He's got the mommies and daddies in his hands. He's got the mommies and daddies in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
I just wanna be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba 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 ba. And a just wanna be a sheep. Let me hear your bass. Ba, 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 ba. I don't wanna be a goat, nope. I don't wanna be a goat, nope. 'Cause a goat ain't got no hope. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. And I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. I don't wanna be a hypocrite. I don't wanna be a hypocrite. 'Cause a hypocrite ain't hip with it. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. And I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. I don't wanna be a Pharisee. I don't wanna be a Pharisee. 'Cause they're not fair, you see. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. And I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. I don't wanna be sad, you see. I don't wanna be a Sadducee. 'Cause they are sad, you see. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. And I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, 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 ba.
Today's craft is a very fun craft, and I'm so excited to do it. It goes with a great book called Put Me in the Zoo. Have you ever been to a zoo? What are some of your favorite animals to see at the zoo? Man, there's a lot of fun animals. You know what my favorite animal is? I love to watch two animals. The first one is I love to watch the penguins. And I'll be honest, a lot of that comes because I love to watch the penguins of Madagascar, and I think they are hysterical. And so seeing the penguins, I love to watch them. The other animals would be the monkeys. I think I love the monkeys because my last name Monks, and so one of my nicknames growing up used to be Monkey. And so I love to watch the monkeys for that reason. But if we were to put you in the zoo, you know, it's a fun book and that, but what we're going to do is we're going to make little paper plates like this that go along with the book, Put Me in the Zoo. And it's very simple. You just go into your bag and you'll find this one here, and it should be labeled Put Me in the Zoo, and it should have this week's date on it, and it tells you what to do. You're going to use glue dots to stick the eyes to the plate and glue or tape the pom-poms onto the plate to make the spots. Glue or tape the eyes to the back of the plate. So it's very simple. All you're going to do is you're just going to use the glue dots to glue all this stuff on. I have actually learned that it is a little better to use the real glue on these things rather than the dots. They don't hold as well. So parents, you might want to help with that. But I can't wait to see your craft this week of your animal in the zoo. We're doing letters with Lori. Yeah, letters with Lori.
Hello, Tuesday Schoolers. It's another new week for us to learn another new letter. And the letter this week is the letter L. We do have 3 words that begin with the letter L, and they are lips, lion, and Legos. The letter L has a really nice sound, and it goes, ooh. And it has an even better saying. It goes, ooh, ooh, ooh. Lions are loud. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Lions are loud. And Tim asked me to use the letter L because my name starts with the letter L. And my name is Lori. And I have really enjoyed teaching you some of these letters. So we're going to go on now and learn how to make the letter L. Okay, boys and girls, it's time for us to learn how to make the letter L. And I thought it'd be fun to use Legos, because Legos starts with the sound of the letter L. Ooh. And it's not really hard to make the letter L with Legos. I'm using smaller ones, but you can use bigger ones, and you can make them as big or as small as you want to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the capital L first, and I'm just going to start stacking these Legos to make a tall tower. Just like that. And then I'm going to make a smaller tower and lay it on its side. And then I'm going to move this so you can see. And I don't like how tall that the first one is, so I want to make it just a little taller. Now, if you look at that, that looks like the capital L. And if you want to practice drawing it, it always starts at the top, and you come straight down to the bottom, just like we did here, and go across just a little bit. Again, that's up to the top, straight down, and then across. The lowercase l is going to be like your capital L, except for it will not have the one going across. So we're going to build that one. And you're just going to go straight up with your blocks, because the lowercase l is just a straight line. And if you were to draw it, it'd go from the top to the bottom. Top to bottom. And you can practice that as many times as you want. You can get paper and write it down. But I hope you enjoy making your Lego L's today. And again, please take a few minutes and get on Pinterest, parents or guardians, and see if there are any other fun activities they'd like to do to make their letter L. Have fun!
Today we're going to talk about God being there to protect Paul and Silas. You see, Paul and Silas were going around and they were telling everyone they could about Jesus. And as they were traveling, some people didn't like that they were doing that. And so you know what those people did? They had Paul and Silas thrown in jail. Have you ever been stuck in your room? Maybe you got grounded and you had to go to your room for a certain amount of time. It wasn't fun, was it? I know I never liked being in timeout. And I could only imagine Paul and Silas being put in jail because they were telling people about Jesus. That doesn't seem fair. But Paul and Silas were there, and they did not act afraid. No, instead, Paul and Silas sang songs, and they prayed to God. The other persons in the jail listened to Paul and Silas. I would imagine it'd be a lot like you guys maybe singing, I don't want to be a sheep, ba, 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 right? Or singing, I may never march in the infantry, riding. You know, and they're singing these songs around all their friends, and they're looking at them and listening. And them not being afraid, but instead singing songs to God really made an effect on these other prisoners. They were looking at them saying, wow, something's different here. And then in the middle of the night, the ground began to shake. There was an earthquake. And in the earthquake, the doors of the jail opened. The chains on Paul and Silas came off. Now, if you were a jailer at this time, you might become afraid, because if the prisoners escape, you would be in a lot of trouble. And the jailer had become afraid that everyone had escaped. And he decided it would be better for him to go and hurt himself, and instead of letting someone else punish him. But Paul cried out, don't hurt yourself. We're still here, all of us. This amazed the jailer. He took Paul and Silas out of the jail. He said, I need to show you and your faith and your love for God to my family. And so the jailer did, and he took them there. And the jailer wanted to know everything about this Jesus that Paul and Silas loved. And everyone in the jailer's family heard the good news about Jesus, and they believed in Jesus. You know, a lot of times we can see how much we love God when things are scary, when things might not go the way we want. For Paul and Silas, that was a time when they showed how much they love God. And so maybe when you don't get your way, or maybe when you get in trouble and you're in your room, instead of being upset about it, why don't you think about how much you love God? And take some time to pray and sing to God in those times.